Welcome to a lock that really bothers me. It's this ZEISS IKON lock that I got from a locksmith. It's one of these scrap locks, and it bothers me because I can easily pick it clockwise, but I cannot pick it counterclockwise. I think it has only standard pins. Maybe the bidding is extreme, but hey, that's no excuse. So I'm really annoyed that I cannot pick it counterclockwise. So I want to pick it and check what's inside. Maybe there is something interesting. Yeah, and by the way, it's ZEISS IKON. You can see on the front, which means that this lock is at least 28 years old. Because in 1989, the ZEISS IKON company split into two parts, the ZEISS part, which then produced optical instruments only, and the ZEISS IKON part, which stayed in the lock business. So today you will find locks like this with the label ZEISS IKON, and ZEISS IKON is also then became part of the ESA Abloy group, just as many other lock companies. Here I want to pick it and got it, and the pick that I'm going to be using for this job is a very nice one. It's this beauty of a pick. It's one of the picks that were sent to me by T&J Lockpicking Nord. So Julian made this beautiful pick for me. He made the tip and the handle was made according to my specifications. So there is another one that he sent, a shorter hook, and 3 picks where he made only the handles, because the tips were sent to me by Apache Locksport. Oh no, I mixed it up. So these 3 tips were sent to me by Apache, and these 2 tips and the handles were sent to me by Julian. So beautiful handles made according to my specifications and to this template. That's a homebrew pick that I made myself. It's made from a windshield wiper blade and 2 pieces of cheap wood. And I really like this shape. So it's fantastic that there is a good grip here on the surface, and also these grooves make it really comfortable to hold the pick and to turn it and to navigate. And yeah, they are really lightweight, so it's the perfect ergonomic handle for me. I'm really happy with these picks. So I have to say thank you so much to Julian for making these handles for me, and also thank you very much for these 2 extra picks that I got. And yeah, of course, thank you very much also to Apache Locksports for these 3 picks. Alright, so let's clamp this lock in a vise and try to pick it. Clockwise, as I said. Okay, start at 1, it's binding. I think it's set. 2, you heard a click. Not much from 3, 4 a click, and 5 a little click maybe, yeah. So coming back to the front, 1 is still set. 2 is okay. 3 is really deep down, but doesn't want to go at all. I think it's set. I'm on 4 now. I think 4 is moving a bit. I release tension. And it's open. Just jiggled number 4 in place. So I should better not lock it back up. Turn it at 180 degrees. And now let's gut it. It has a strange mechanism here at the end with this extra screw. I already had some fun, make it a little bit loose. because it was really rusty. So now it's easy. Now I need to get off this clip. Ah, now it's coming off. All right. That's this weird thing. Okay, that's the tailpiece. Okay, maybe I can use a pinning shoe. Maybe not. Okay. Should be fine this way. Okay. Oh, we can already see that number 3 is a really long one, and 5 is a really short one. Okay, let's dump these out. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's a long one. Five and 4. Does it have a serration here, or is it just dirt? No, it has a serration here. And we can look at it closely later on. So let's get out the drivers. I believe only standard pins. Yeah. Oh no, there's a spool. Oh no, it's in 3, so that's not effective at all. And we have a spool in 4. That's interesting. Never came into play. And a standard in 5, and a lot of dirt. Okay, so let's have a close look to the pins. We can see bitting is quite extreme. We have very long key pin in number 3 with a serration. So that's kind of a overset trap. Then we have shorter key pins in 4 and 5. Yeah, which makes it sometimes really difficult to set these pins depending on a binding order. Yeah, for the drivers we have standard pins in 1, 2 and 5 and 2 spools, 1 in 3, which is of course not effective because key pin number 3 is really long, and 1 in number 4, which never came into play. So let's check if this could have been effective. But the end parts of these spools are really long, so yeah, could have been effective. Actually, I really don't know. I think these were actually in like number 3. You can see that the spool has or is it just an optical illusion? I thought that one part of the spool is, one end part is longer than the other. So let's check this with this pin. So this way around, the spool would be effective, and the other way around, yeah, also. Yeah, this spool could be effective, but I think the binding order was not that it came into play. All right, so now that's it. That was picking and gutting of the annoying ZEISS IKON lock, which surprisingly has 2 spools in it and very long springs. Yeah, I hope you found this interesting and enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching. Happy picking, cheers, and bye-bye. Quick addendum, because I want to show you what's going on in the lock when I pick it. So I put the plug in a holder and clamped the holder in a vise and reassembled all the chambers of the plug with the key pins. And now I can use the same hook as before to lift the pins, and we can observe that. Okay, 1, no problem, 2, no problem, 3 is almost on the shear line, no problem, 4 is also okay without oversetting 3, but now comes the tricky pin stack 5, and we can see to get 5 to the shear line we have to overset 3. And now it depends, is 3 binding before 5? Then we get an overset. If not, let's say 3 is not binding yet, then we can set 5 and now 3 would return. We can set 4 and then let's say 3 is binding and we can set 3 and then it's fine. So it all depends on the binding order. If 3 or 5 is binding first, then you get either an overset or you get an open. And I also tried a deeper hook, and you cannot go really deep without getting into problems, because you have to work, let's see if I can show you what I mean. You have to work here from this ledge, and when you go too deep you cannot go inside. You have to then turn it around this curve, and therefore the pick needs to be very thin and the shaft needs to be very small. So that's the deepest and thinnest and smallest or narrowest pick that I have. Let's see if this works. I just go to 5, go straight to 5. That's 4. And that's better. So it's I can when I lift 5 to the shear line, I also lift 3 to the shear line. So with this pick, I think it's possible, but it's a delicate operation. So that's the explanation. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Happy picking and bye bye.